Greetings and welcome to the Healthy Sales Chick Show. I am Nancy White, the host of this show. And as my dear friend and founder of Win Win Women, Paula Fellingham, always says, we welcome you with open arms and open hearts. This show is all about the healthy mind, body, and spirit. And we need to nurture all three every single day, or one of those areas are going to start hollering and letting us know about it. So we are going to have guests from time to time that are going to share their expertise on nurturing that healthy mind, that body, and that spirit. And I always want to leave you with something valuable that you can learn and apply and share. Because isn't that what we always love to do? Is we love to learn, apply, and share. And sometimes we just need to stop for a moment and just reflect. We're going to talk this evening about 3 R's. I love fun things how we can remember. And it is reflect, review, and renew. Reflect, review, and renew. We all want more positivity in our lives. And I've shared with you before, it takes 7 positives to overcome every one negative we either speak to ourselves or that we hear. And sometimes we, again, have to take charge over the things we have control over, and we have to bless and release those things we have no control over. So when we want more positivity in our life, I really want to encourage you to stop. Just stop. And I want you to reflect. I want you to think back, even over the last year, the last years, however long it is. Reflect back over those things that really brought joy to you, that really lifted you up, that was really using your gifts and talents to the max. And so making those notes, I really want you to get a piece of paper out, set aside some time to be able to spend for you. And when you do this, make sure that this is a time that you have not scheduled anything else. You're not responsible for anything else, but this is a time for you to reflect. Look back over those times, write down those notes of all these great positivities. We're going to go with the positives first, because again, negatives always just jump out at us all the time, don't they? When you walk into a room and you see a speck on the floor, that's what you see. You don't see the rest of the room that's nice and clean and neat. We see the speck on the floor. So, but we're going to start with the positive things. When you are reflecting, think about people that have been in your life, that people are in your life, that brought joy, happiness, things that are lifting you up, things that brought you into a way that you were just better off. And write those things down and write the qualities of those people. Were those people, those cheerleaders, those people that are going, don't give up, you can do it. You will be able to just step up to the next step. And that is step by step. We all go through life step by step and one day at a time. So when you're reflecting, I want you to really write down all those great positive things and the outcomes. You know, the people that sow into our lives, the things that we do in our lives, we're sowing into our own lives. We sometimes talk about, how are you investing in your life? And that is not just for things that cross your lips, for your health, your exercise, your spiritual well-being, but what are those really things that are really investing into your life that are growing for good? Don't you like that one? GFG, grow for good. So we can focus on that another time also. And then after you've written all those positive things down and you've done that reflection and you've looked to see what it was that has been awesome in your life, then we're going to write down some of the things that were not so awesome. the things that you know that you don't want to do again. When we learn life's lessons, a lot of times we don't want to have to do it all over again. They used to say, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. Well, the same thing when we make those mistakes more than one time, that's a clue. Sometimes we even need to get some help. And yes, that is not a weakness. It's not anything negative about asking for help, seeking some guidance and direction. If we were supposed to do life alone, we would be here alone, but we're not. We're here together. We're here to cheer each other on. Women of the world, it does not matter. We're here to support each other. So as you write those things down that you don't want to do again, but remember, all things can work together for good if we allow them, if we learn from them. So as we're reflecting, we want to learn from the positive and the good. We also want to learn from the negative or the mistakes, and that is part of your reflection. Don't make it complicated. But then as you continually progress, you really want to just, this is a time for us to revise some things. So as you're looking through your list of reflections, think about the things that you would like to revise, even the positives. Oh my goodness, those are stepping stones that we can build on. We want to revise even the positives and tweak. It's just like even when you're talking about marketing for your own business or what you're doing and looking at the future, we're not doing the same thing today that we did a decade ago. So as you revise things, you're going to look at ways how you can improve upon and also build upon. And then that is another way that we're going to write that information down. And so when we are revising, we want to do it for the negative also. Look at the negative. Think about how you can switch it. You can flip it. You can do those different things about having to take the negative and look for the good. Look for the lessons learned. Look for the things that you don't want to do again. Look for those things that you want to, again, learn from, but not necessarily do again. And again, we're going to be revising. And if there's a habit that we have, guess what? We're in charge and habits can change. Good and negative habits can always change. They can always get better, and you can also replace them or change them. And we've heard a lot of times years ago, it takes 21 days to change a habit. Well, it really takes, scientists have studied, it really takes about 60 to 66 days for things to really become part of a lifestyle and to be a part of us where we don't have to think about it every single time. Those good habits like having a quiet time, having your exercise time, having your great nutrition, having that time to set aside and reflect and revise is all becomes part of what we are doing to increase our positivity. Remember, we're on this earth for a short time, and we really want to become our best versions and help other people too. So the third R that we were talking about was to renew. So now that you have reflected and you're revising, then what are those action steps that's going to take to renew? Because when you renew something, it's like in the days, and I can tell you my age, but we used to go to the library and we checked out a book. And when that time was up, we had to turn that book back in, take it back in to renew it so we could have it for an extended period of time, but we had to take action. That's the one thing for renewing. You have to take some actions to renew the things and the changes that you want to have come about. So again, on that piece of paper, on that pad that you've got, I want you to, the next thing is to write about the renewing and what you are going to do to take those steps to be able to renew those areas that you've already reflected on, reviewed on, and just are getting ready to again renew. Write down the steps. I have loved reverse engineering. It's fun. When you set a goal, and teach this to your children also, you've got a goal that you've stopped and you've looked and you've prayed about, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, all that go into that goal. Then you write that down and then you just start writing the steps from that goal all the way to the present time. And you look at that and you take the very next step. What is the very first step that you're going to take and do to reach that goal? And if you need help, please ask. There is tons of resources, especially for women, whether it is helping raising children, starting a business, being a wife, being a mother, all those things sometimes that we've never been through before. Then we get to learn and we also get to pass that on to others. So when we go back and we are thinking about our 3 R's, we are going again to reflect, we're going to revise, and we're going to renew. And just make that part of your life. And I encourage you, put it on your calendar, do it every few months, quarterly or whatever, and celebrate the good things. Women, celebrate the good things that you are doing and accomplishing, because if you don't, nobody else is. And so I want to leave you with this also. Find some other woman that you can celebrate, you can cheer on, you can just to help them to find a way to be able to do life. We want to do life together. And speaking of that, again, as the Healthy Cells Chick, I'm a 30-year researcher in natural prevention. Absolutely love helping people to tweak their healthy lifestyles so that we can continue to age with strength and vitality, our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. And go to my website, thehealthycellschick.com. I've got a free stress quiz and a free health quiz. It's another way for you just within less than 10 minutes to just see where you are today and see the areas that you want to make a change or enhance. We have an amazing community of women here at Win Win Women TV. And I encourage you to check out the other shows here and get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to be able to find out ways that you want to have some more information about certain subject matters. So get in touch with us and just ask. Remember, women have a hard time asking sometimes, but until the next time, I encourage you to take care of that healthy mind, that body, and that spirit, and especially that temporary temple until you get your permanent maintenance-free one. Thank you again. I look forward to it next time we get to be together.